Hey everybody, welcome back to Roleplay Blades, going into hour 3. The last word. Are gearing up to kill an officer of the law.
What? We'd never do anything like that. Ever. Ever.
I think as Aldo's suiting up, by the way, I'm like, Aldo, I like your plan. I would like to offer to be in the vicinity as a bit of a spotter, if you will. If things should go awry, I'd like to be kind of the rapid response force, if you're okay with that.
That's fine. You can wait out back.
Excellent.
If there's any trouble, I'll call.
I'll be your Johnny on the spot.
So Aldo, it sounds like you're the tip of the spear here. Carolus is going to be your backup. Miss Cataby and Rune, how would you like to be involved in the operation?
Rune?
Maybe we need to hear
Any thoughts?
Carolus is doing with the muscle relaxant and the rat before we know the answer to that question. I don't know. Maybe we don't. Maybe that's a flashback or something that we'll see.
Oh,
Yeah.
it'll happen eventually. Don't worry.
Okay.
I don't know, because if it's just Aldo in the apartment, right? And then Carolus is waiting if he needs help, I guess. He's waiting out back.
Yeah.
That's
Can
what
I
I'm just in the area.
Okay, cool. Can I like inconspicuously hang out in front to see, like, to keep an eye out for anyone coming to the house?
You guys can. Yeah. It's
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, the main problem as I see it is sort of moving around in this district, unlike the other places you usually frequent. There's just lots of watchmen and lawyers and government workers of various sorts all around, and you guys really don't fit in at all. So you'll have to, like, sneak around probably, unless you want to come up with some kind of disguise plan. But I mean, sneaking around is totally a thing you can try.
Does someone kind of like where I guess we just kind of recognize that we're not really suited for the upper echelon society type, right?
Right. But you're experienced scoundrels in Duskwall, so, like, you can say, like, we want to sneak over to where he lives and hide out inconspicuously. Like, that's a thing you can do. It's not impossible, but that's like an obstacle to the job, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Then I think that's just part of the roles we do.
Yeah. Exactly. Miss Cataby, maybe not so much. Depends, but
So I mean, I think maybe one way I could potentially is that, like, we sort of, like, know how this is going down. Is it possible I could say spread a rumor as maybe to try to create a distraction? So just, like, heat is off the area in which this is happening, even if it's like, hey, I heard there's going to be a major gang fight in this area right next to where this is happening, right?
right
Something
next
as, like, I'm literally thinking like an information distraction.
that is a thing you can try. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a teamwork move called a setup maneuver. Basically, you do a thing, and then depending on how well you do it, it sets up your teammates by improving their effect or giving them a better position, so it's not as risky. Like, instead of them rolling to see if they get discovered by passersby or cops during this, you could improve their position. So we'd roll to see, like, to fill an alert clock up or something like that. So it's like a less all or nothing situation, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a thing. It's up to you, like, what you want the discretion to be and how you what Miss Cataby does to, like, sort of, like, set it up.
I think it would be, just as I mentioned, I mean, don't want to necessarily, muck things up with details, but if I were to consider the district in which the act that we will be working this, I essentially want to create noise in a neighboring district. So I kind of think maybe a gang fight or some sort of, like, what is the conflict of this area that, like,
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
That would get people to sort of like
A
focus their
duel
attention over there.
between judicators.
Yeah, something to that effect, right? Or hey, I heard that so and so house is going to try to attack blah 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 house tonight.
I would think I think you have two options here. You could spread a rumor that like a blue coat messed up and put one of the crows and one of the grinders in the same cell at the jail at City Hall or something. And everyone
And now
knows.
those two groups are sort of.
And now there's like going to be, are they going to storm the jail or whatever? You could set up a rumor that might happen. You could also try to arrange for it to actually happen.
Actually, you know what? I think I would go with the rumor, but modify it that they locked them up and one of them died, and it's like sparking, right? Like one of them killed the other, maybe being very scarce with that detail. So whatever side they might sympathize with, they would just assume that, they
Yeah,
are
you
on
could
the
do
right
that.
side.
I think that could be very effective and it'll draw attention especially if you somehow arrange to have the bells rung, the death bells rung when somebody dies.
That is a great point, and I would love to do that.
That is a thing you can try to do.
Sounds awesome.
We have never seen this in any game of Blades before.
I want to fake the bells.
Yeah.
Somehow, yes.
I love this plan. This is a great plan. Yeah, the bells, they're magical. They automatically ring when someone dies in the city, except you guys have a power that cancels that. But theoretically, they're actual bells that a person can ring, right? I mean, maybe
I guess.
Bribe the right person or talk to the right guy, maybe you can get a bell rung.
All right.
that sounds possible. I like that. I like that a lot. I think because that will greatly, impact the situation. If it's just a rumor and then the bells start ringing, then people are going to be like, "Oh, wait, something's going on. We got to deal with this."
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So, would you like to? Do you have any contacts that might give you access to somebody who could arrange the bell ringing, or is this like you want to forge a new relationship?
Well, you know what? I may not actively have any contacts. However, I do have a list of debts, and perhaps in those debts, I have a connection that would get me to the bell.
Yes, you certainly do.
Yeah.
That's great. We have not detailed your book of power yet.
We haven't.
Let's do this. I think this might work. Let's give you a clock, like a 6-piece clock for your book of debts.
Okay.
And let's say you just tick one of those.
Okay.
And Lord Suker had wide-reaching, influence. So I think it may be able to give you a bonus die sometimes, depending on the situation, or it may, like we're doing right now, you're going to use it to kind of open a door that you normally wouldn't have access to. Presumably by clearing someone off the list. Like you reach out to this person who works at Bellwether Crematorium. They work for the Spirit Wardens. They're a body handler at the crematorium, and in exchange for wiping out their name off the record,
right?
They're going to do this favor for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Perfect.
So it's going to be, I think it's consort, right? You're going to spread rumors and you're going to convince this guy that you're reliable and you really are wiping out his debt in exchange for this, and you're not going to screw him over, and blah blah blah. So you're going to make a consort roll to set up your team. So when they do Operation Sneak Around Cop Town, it's not desperate. And
awesome. Sorry that you're going to lose XP, but I guarantee you it will be better.
Well, they're not going to be rolling to like get caught anymore.
Right.
It's going to be less perilous than that.
So my position in this with the ledger, does that mean it's controlled?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And then standard effect?
Standard effect, yep.
And no bonus die.
You can push yourself if you want.
I'm...
Do I have Devil's Bargain?
You know what? Actually, since this is probably my most important portion of this particular score, I will use my other foresight for the extra die.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You planned for this. You knew you were going to need.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've actually come out with 1 almost every single score, so I'm trying to be better about that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll 4 then with the 3 and consort, and I'll take it.
Ooh, yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. No complications. You get what you want. You've arranged a very convincing distraction at the jail, which is like right around the corner on the back side of City Hall. There's like down in the basement essentially is the sort of holding cells for people who are at trial and that kind of thing. And you're essentially staging a fake murder in the jail that everyone will believe will result in a riot. So you're going to draw like the City Watch off the streets over to the jail.
Awesome.
Yeah. Excellent. Cool.
Fuck yeah.
So I think we can cut to the engagement here. Essentially.
Do it.
In fact, this is my option as a GM. I don't think we need an engagement roll. I think you guys are just going to prowl. Basically, you can do it as a group action probably, and it's to get Aldo into position in the house and to position you guys surreptitiously nearby, like outside, or let's see, his place. It's an old government building that was chopped up into apartments, and he's on the 3rd floor. The top floor is the third floor. So
group action prowl, you said?
I think that makes sense. Yeah, you're all sneaking around, right, together.
Aldo's leader, I guess.
Yep, if he wants to be, and whoever wants to lead it can lead it, but it makes sense for us.
I have this big old Zippo and prowl.
That's okay. It's just the leader is the person who's sort of coordinating. You don't have to be the best at the thing.
Okay.
You're just kind of in charge of the operation.
Cool.
You have 2 in prowl, Rune, is that right?
I have 2 as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I have to.
So Zeke, if you want to, you can push yourself to so you have 1 die to roll instead of 0. Or you can just.
We got you, Zeke. One of us is gonna roll a 6.
God.
Controlled.
It's risky instead of desperate, and it's standard effect. Yeah. Now.
It's all right. I got it.
Oh.
Hey. And Aldo and Rune fail. But that's okay. Zeke, you take 2 stress because you're the leader.
Okay.
But Careless comes through. So Jeff, maybe you can describe the situation here, how Careless like comes through with the sneakiness to get everybody.
I think there's we again agree that we cannot necessarily negotiate through this part of town normally, so we're hugging the walls and keeping to the shadows pretty clearly. And then I think there's a moment there where like an old lady or something like that kind of sees us just flat out, and because she's from a nicer part of town is just completely aloof to the fact that she's spotted 3 dangerous looking people and is like, excuse me, and starts to like kind of walk towards us. And Careless is like, it's all right, I've got this. Kind of peeks his head out and is like, ma'am, we are a little bit indisposed. My friend has drank too much as he passed the bar exam. He's going to be a new lawyer in this part of town. If you could give us a bit of privacy. He does not want to be seen this way as he then enters into the law field to represent you in a professional and completely respectable manner.
she says, she like adjusts her glasses and says, "I heard there was going to be a riot."
And Karis like does his acting thing and kind of looks around like, "That's right, and it could spill out. It's best you get inside, ma'am. I would help you myself if it weren't for my friend who is vomiting right now. I have to attend to him."
She recoils when you say that, and she's like, "I think you look like rioters to me. I'm going home." And then you hear the bell ringing in the distance. She goes, "Oh my!" Hoofs it out of the alley.
Be well, and may all the good things happen.
A riot, everyone! That's scoundrels in the streets. You see a blue coat like rushing past, and she tries to wave him down like, the rioters. And he's like, I know, and he goes running off towards the jail.
As that's happening, Careless's knife kind of flicks out in his hand behind his back, and he's like, "Oh, all right, we should be good then. Aldo, may your hand strike true, or whatever part of your body it is you use to destroy this person."
Yeah, sorry, chat. Just to clear up the rules here. You do take sometimes on the bloodletters, because we've played like a bunch of versions of this game. The leader, or sometimes don't take stress from your own role on a group action, but that's actually not the rule. The rule is the leader takes stress for everyone who fails, including themselves. So Aldo takes 2, not 1. I know it's confusing if you've watched the bloodletters because the rules have changed, but that's the way the rule works. So
Can I just say, I'd like to create a game so that then when people question my interpretation of the rules, well, turns out, guys, I'm actually God. So
I just need to upload this new PDF, and there we go. That's how. There we go. Yeah, good.
Done deal.
I've got the InDesign file open. I'll just go ahead and change real fast. Aldo always takes 2 stress. There we go.
Just specifically.
Yeah, so you guys are able to. Do you want to hide like on the roof near the fire escape to come down, or do you want to like be in the alleyway behind the house? I
think because he said around back, I actually make my way to the back because I assume that's where he's going to call if he needs help.
Yeah. And Rune, you have not gotten any twinges from Myth. Seems like Grace is holding up her end of the deal.
Cool.
And then we see Aldo like.
I wanted to retcon this because I didn't want to interrupt anything, but I will procure a firearm, just a pistol.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Yeah, so we should talk about that. I assume you guys are going light load for this job, so you're.
Yeah, I'm not carrying my spear for sure.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you have a pistol, Aldo, and because of the assassins thing, even light load for you guys is like 5 essentially. So you're
right.
You're good for weapons and stuff. So are you? How are you entering the home, Aldo? What do we see when we cut away to you sneaking in?
Well, if it requires me, like I would like it to be a light touch. So yeah, I would ask either Rune or Careless to pick the lock or unlock the window somehow and let me in without showing any sign of forced entry.
Rune is actually good at that kind of stuff, so maybe that's
well, I think the thing is that we're both we have 2
prowl. Okay, yeah.
So I envision me helping Rune and vice versa to do this actually.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, this is part of
trying to pick the lock, and Careless is like over my shoulder, like, no, do it that. And I'm like,
no, I'm not even better than you. And that's the thing. You're just as good as I am. It's just that I do other things while you're doing that. Like I'm prepping the window or something like that.
Complaining the whole time about how long it's taking you to do
that. He's probably going, Rune, I love the way you pick that lock. It's a fine piece of work.
I'm like checking windows and looking over and like, fantastic technique. Or very good.
All right, so am I rolling prowl to see if
it's just part of the roll we just did as a group.
Okay.
But you get the lock open for Aldo to slip through. Aldo's not a lock picking type, so you.
Cool.
Cool. So everyone's like lying in wait. Aldo, are you actually hiding in the room, or are you just kind of like waiting for him to arrive? Sitting in a chair reading a book.
I'm sitting in the chair. I'm sitting in a chair reading.
Gotcha. Yeah, he has like a little lantern on a bedside table. It's a nice little modest home for a government worker, a sort of two-room apartment that he and his wife share. There's like a couple commendations, on the wall that they've received, and they have a painting, this landscape on the wall, a wood burning stove, and modest wardrobe. Nothing too fancy, but fairly nice for a career blue coat. There's some uniforms hanging in the closet, and the dress uniforms are in there, and there's a pistol under the pillow in the bedroom. What you would expect, nothing out of the ordinary, unless I should just check this. Hang on one second. One moment. I'm gonna check occult influence in Charter Hall. Let's just see. Okay, all right. I'm gonna make a roll here. Four. Okay, so
I'm John Hunt and woke up in prison.
You find in the closet, behind the coats and stuff, there's like a little shelf. There's a set of dress boots, or a couple, I guess. And on the shelf there, it's not a shrine. I wouldn't call it a shrine exactly, but there's a little figurine, and a place to pour water, like a bowl in front of it. The figurine looks kind of like a crouching, like a toad-ish monster of some kind. You vaguely recognize it. It's these things are all over the city. People have weird little religions and forgotten god cults and that kind of thing. You don't remember the name of this one, but it looks like they're not devout adherents to the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. They have some strange little practice that they keep, secret in their bedroom there. So anyway, just a bit of detail. Nothing super ominous jumps out at you. It's just a little thing that they have.
Cool.
So yeah, after the shift ends, you've timed everything appropriately. So Careless, you and Rune, you actually see Jaren, and he's a little late, and he's kind of like harried, and he's looking back over his shoulder at what's going on at City Hall, and there's crowds, and there's like a guy with a old timey megaphone, cone thing, like saying like it's a false alarm, and they're like, there can't be riots in Charter Hall, sir. And the Bluecoats are trying to calm people down, like no. And we're like, we heard the bells. What's happening here? This is blah 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 blah. There's a whole scene happening in the street, and he's had to like fight his way out of work, it seems, to like get through all of this, but he makes the building and goes up. Although you hear the key turn, the door swings open. He comes in. He doesn't immediately notice. Like, he does the little like coming in ritual kind of thing where he comes in, he immediately turns, he puts his key down next to the thing, he goes to take off his coat and hang it on the hook like he normally does. And about halfway through the coat operation, one arm comes off and the coat swings on his other arm, and he looks slack-jawed.
Once I see him notice me, I pull up the gun and cock it.
Yeah, like cock the hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I just start speaking. I take the book, put it down, and I say, first thing, don't yell, or your wife dies too. Second thing, sit down. I've set up another chair, like directly across from me.
Yeah, there's like another little sitting room kind of chair there. He lets his coat like hang on his arm like he's forgotten it's there. It drags across the floor, and he goes and sits down. And he's very scared. He's 30, I guess probably like 35. Akarosi, like you, kind of pale, Britishish looking guy with dark hair. He's very, taken aback, scared. But he sits down and he kind of looks at you like, not like he recognizes your face necessarily, but like something. And you know this look. You've gotten this your whole life. Like, this guy's looked at a mugshot book somewhere with your face in it. Because you've been in and out of the system your whole life, and there's a sketch of you, and he's just like, you can tell he's like, is he a murderer? Is he a con man? Is he like, who is this guy? I know this. I know he's a crook. What's his deal? What am I in for? He's trying to like dredge up the archive file about you.
Right.
But he's not making any sudden movements. He's actually armed, because he is an officer of the Blue Coats. He has like a truncheon on his belt.
Right.
He's not doing anything with it.
Okay. He doesn't have a firearm though.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
He looks at you with wide eyes.
All right. Is that what's gonna be? First thing, you're not getting out of this alive.
Just don't hurt Cinda. Don't hurt Cinda, please.
Shh. I'll let you decide how it's gonna happen. It's the best gift I can give to you. I could shoot you. I could suffocate you. Or I could break your neck real quick.
No,
I've done it before.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can take whatever you want. It's not necessary.
Well,
I haven't done anything.
No, I know. But you are a job.
No, I don't have to be a job. I have to be a job. I'm a blue coat. I know things. I can help you. Look, I
understand that.
Do you have any friends in Ironhook? We can get them out. I just have to do the paperwork.
Shh. Now, I didn't want to have to do this, but if you keep talking, I'm not only going to kill you, but I'm going to break your arm before I kill you. And then I'll break your other arm if you keep talking.
Can you make a command roll for me, Zeke? I want to see if you can.
I would love to.
Like, just really shut this guy up. He's going to try to bargain with you if he can, but maybe you can shut him down, right?
Of course. Okay.
You don't have to roll command. That's just my suggestion. That seems like what you're doing, but
yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get him to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Okay. So command position.
Controlled with great effect.
Controlled. Great effect. Let's see here. No bonuses, I don't think.
Do I have a devil's? Does anyone have a devil's bargain? Maybe you have one, Zeke. You're good at those.
Let's see.
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
We could start a clock for Aldo, because something along the lines of, I don't know what we would call it. You seem like the only one, maybe not the only one, but this could take a toll on you, maybe? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
We could start a clock that's like, I don't want to call it can't do it anymore. That's too extreme, but like.
How about what if it's
losing my taste for it, or I don't know.
I thought it was develop a taste for it.
Oh, well, yeah, we could do that too. That's fine. That's fine too. That would be a shorter clock, I think, but I'm game. Yeah, let's make a 4 o'clock that getting a taste for it and fill one of those in. That's a good day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I still have to. I've never taken it yet.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Well, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I can justify this. It's because this is a job. This one in particular is a bit different. but it's still I'm killing someone for payment. I don't need a good reason. I don't need to know. I don't need like this guy to be a bad guy or a good guy for me to kill him. It's tit for tat. It's this for that.
Well, so it's for you in particular. It's your benefit. You're killing a man who doesn't deserve it in order to help yourself.
Right. Sure.
Yeah. I think chat's right. Both of those are good. Both of those clocks are good. It's up to you. I would offer both of those as devil's bargains if you want to take either one. Losing a taste for it or getting a taste for it. Both of those are totally fine.
Let's see here.
Or just don't take the devil's bargain. You also don't have to do it.
No, but I kind of want RP wise.
Power.
Okay, so I'll do that.
I mean,
developing a taste for it, and you said how many pieces on that clock?
4, and fill 1 in.
Okay.
And I think filling those in the future will be, they might be devil's bargains again, but they'll be there. It's the kind of thing that I can't just spring on you. I can't be like, oh, you did that, fill 1 in, right? Well, you'll have the option to not do the thing that's going to push you over. It's not a gotcha situation.
Sure. Yeah, I've just added because I've got 2 clocks. Oops, I've got 2 clocks on my character sheet right now.
Yeah, I mean, I want to develop on the next version of the sheet. Will let you actually just easily add a clock like that you can just put a title on, but we don't have that yet. So
so 1 bonus dice, 1 piece of 4 for developing. I put developing a taste for cold murder.
Nice.
Okay. Here we go. The baby crit.
The super 5.
I believe a 5 is your result.
Yep.
So with controlled, you have a choice. When you get the middle result, you can realize command isn't gonna get the effect you want, and you can try a different action, like change gears.
Okay.
Or you can push ahead and do it anyway with command, and there'll be a consequence or complication, which I'll tell you what that's going to be.
Now, if I take a different skill, will I still get the bonus dice?
Yeah. It's like a reroll kind of, but you'll have to try a different approach.
Okay, so since talking to him wasn't working, maybe I'm trying to think of like a show of strength that I can do, like so I can do skirmish.
You get violent, yeah. If you hurt him, that would be a different approach. Yep.
Yeah. What if I like lightning speed? Like I still have the gun in this hand, but I like really quick, like quicker than a big man should be able to move. I go and I grab his throat,
and like squeeze it down, like to keep him from talking.
Not even squeeze it. I just want to show him how fast I am, and I want to show him how big my fucking hands are, and I can choke him with one hand.
I think I hear you. I think if you want to change from command to skirmish, you actually have to like.
Okay, then I'll squeeze.
Hurt him somehow, right? Because if you don't hurt him, it's still like intimidation, right?
Yep.
You're going to actually change gears and really lay into the guy. You don't have to break his neck, but you know what I mean.
Right. Yep. That's what I'll do.
Okay. So you're going to do the same thing again with skirmish. We'll see if that changes. So you say what you're saying. You try to be intimidating, and he's just like, "No, you don't understand. I know, guys. Like, I know the criminal world. Like, I understand where you're coming from. You don't have to do this." And then poof, you go at his throat.
Yep. So controlled. Great.
Yep.
Bonus 1 die.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. There we go.
There's a 6. You get what you want. No further complications. He doesn't fight back. That was probably the next thing, right?
Yeah.
You shut him down. You feel his windpipe under your palm and his pulse hammering away in his carotid artery, and like he realizes that he can't like talk or really move or feel his neck anymore. And so he's just like, he's not trying to speak. He's just sort of like barely choking.
Right.
And he looks at you in fear.
I lean into his ear to talk to him now. And I say, the reason why I didn't just ambush you and kill you outright is for two reasons. One, I don't want you to go to your grave thinking you died for nothing. Because your death is doing me a great service. Whether you think I deserve it or not makes no difference. I just want you to know that there is a reason for your death. And two, I wanted to give you the opportunity to leave a note for your wife if you want to. Make it short, make it sweet.
Good
but
Lord.
I wanted to give you the chance to say goodbye.
His eyes well up and the tears roll down your hand. Good Lord.
Sorry, that guy. Did I get too dark or something?
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
It's really good.
Well, if she thinks that he killed himself, that helps us.
You are the dusk to my dawn.
Sure does help you. But all those given him. He sort of like nods, like, yeah, like I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm not gonna, he's kind of like giving you a nod, like, okay, it's okay, you can let go of me now.
And then I grab up my book. I tear out a page that's like a blank page that's like in the back or whatever for, writing notes that they kind of give you sometimes.
Right.
Grab that, pull out a pencil or a pen or whatever we use.
Yeah. Okay.
Not sure. And then I sit back down and I'm ready to take his dictation.
Oh, you're gonna write it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll write it for him. And all the while, I still have the gun on him.
Yeah, I mean, you hit your roll, right? There's no more negotiation. There's no more weaseling or bargaining.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Senda, that's his wife's name. I love you very much.
Like that. It was like
I love you very much. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And then he kind of like reaches out to just, if you'll let him sign it, he'll sign it.
Yep, I give him the pen.
He signs it.
Okay.
With a shaking hand, and then sits back. And now, like, he's not. The tears are not coming. He's resigned, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Can you tell me why?"
Yes, I can. I once had a family myself. Well, not a very big family. I had a sister. My sister died very early in life, but she had a diary, and her last words to me were, if something happens to me, find my diary and all will be revealed. This is what this is for. I don't know why she wanted me to find it, but it's the last thing that I have to remember her by. That's why you have to die. And I'm not one to make apologies, and I won't start now, but at least there's a reason.
He doesn't understand the connection, so he's perplexed in the moment and knows he can't ask you questions, or he can't be like, but what does this have to do with me? He doesn't say that. He just is sad and confused. And he doesn't understand what you're saying to him, but he can't do anything about it.
I take off my glasses. I put them in my shirt pocket. You want to go out on your feet?
He stands up and he drags his coat up off the ground and puts it back on, his blue coat with the pewter buttons and his rank insignia on the shoulder, and he reaches back and there's a blue coat cap on the other peg by the door. He wasn't wearing one, but he takes it and he puts it on. And he doesn't stand at attention. That would be too sort of cheesy, but he stands straight with his uniform in place and doesn't look you in the eyes. He sort of looks into the middle distance.
Okay. I kind of go around him, gently slide my arm underneath, like a rear naked choke.
Mm-hmm.
And I just squeeze until he's gone.
Yeah. Yep. His legs kick out and he spasms towards the end and then goes limp, and you hang on for a few more minutes to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gone.
Yep. And then I leave the note in his pocket, like so it's like, sticking out, so it's obvious.
Yeah.
Yep.
And from the dark,
I walk out. Oh, sorry.
She slays in the darkness, smiles upon you.
Yeah. You haven't started down that path yet, Aldo, but
we'll see. Got a clock now. So I walk out back and close the door behind me, and I kind of make a little whistle. I can't really whistle, but I'll.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. Let's go.
I just kind of peel off the wall, like out of the black, and just put my hand on your shoulder and walk forward with you.
Yeah, and you guys slip away into the night, I assume. Nothing left here to do.
Hopefully. Unless you want to throw some fucking shit at us.
No, it's prowling out of the district is all that's left.
Okay.
So you still got your distraction. It's still risky situation, not desperate. So there's no chance of being caught on this roll. There's a chance of a slight complication or something, but we'll see if you can just get away clean.
So that's for all of us to roll again.
A group action again, yeah.
Okay, cool.
The prowl?
Yep.
Do I have to roll?
I assume you want to
God
sneak
damn it.
and not be seen.
Do I have to roll though?
I'll
If
take
you
it.
don't-
I'll
if
lead
you
us
don't
back.
roll, you don't get the benefits of the result. So
Oh, so it has to be a group action, or we all don't get the thing.
if you don't roll, you don't get the whatever the outcome is.
Right.
Only-
That's what I'm asking. Like, if Jeff just did a roll, but not as a group action, could we just follow him?
That would be a group action. Yeah.
Oh, it would be. It's still. So you're saying whatever we do, it's a group action unless we like split off into 3.
Unless you split up and make individual tests.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I'll lead the way. I'll take the stress, guys. Don't worry.
I wouldn't be a part of this role.
Unless you inserted yourself somehow, like we didn't have a flashback for you to like show up or something. So I think you're out of it.
Okay.
Unless you really want to be there.
No, I prefer not to.
I got a
Yeah.
5.
Is it risky and standard? or-
Risky standard. Yep.
Hey, I got a 4.
Hey, a 4. Successes so far.
It's
Hey, Rune pulls it off.
Right.
So I take no stress, I guess, right?
You take no stress.
Right, Snowfield.
Rune, you got the 6. You should get to describe how you lead the group of scoundrels out sneakily from the district.
Quietly and carefully.
Are you like? What's your leadership style like? How does Rune like coordinate the other guys?
I don't know. I'm not good at coordinating people, so not very well, I would guess.
They just follow your lead essentially.
They kind of just follow. Yeah, I'm just like kind of walking from like corner to corner, like shadow to shadow, and not really, and just like keeping an eye out on like to see if anyone is paying attention to us, but they're just kind of following me.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. It's just like what I'm picturing is like you almost don't even. You're not super aware of them even. You just like sneak out, and they're like, "Oh shit!" and they like,
Yeah.
you go.
she's leaving without us.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, that's like a good way to go. Let's go that way. Nice. Yeah. So the riot is just in the background as the scene fades out. We see everyone dispersing and false alarm, and people are muttering under their breath like, "Damn bells rung, somebody died. I don't understand." No. And for maximum drama, like the shot of in the TV show there is like this woman blue coat patrol officer making her way back from Crow's Foot towards towards home, just so the audience can see her
Twisting of the
face.
knife, John. Well done.
I thought you were gonna say making her way downtown, walking fast,
Walk
famous
fast.
pass. She's homebound. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And credits.
Yeah. Although, like,
That's the soundtrack to us sneaking out of the district.
Just this very lighthearted
Da-da-da-da-da.
murder, everybody! Woo! Oh man! All right.
Or
Well,
break?
we're about due for a break. So
Before we do,
on
for our
that-
downtime, I think a nice little bonus after the credits scene is you see Careless swings the door open into a room we've seen before, where there's usually a person strapped to the wall, and he kind of comes in and he sets down a box with the 2 rats in it, and then he's like whistling to himself, and he grabs his coat off a hanger, closes the door, and leaves. And he's gonna leave for stress relief soon.
Yep. That's not creepy. That's totally fine.
Nothing with Careless is ever creepy. Most of the time.
All right, cool. On that bombshell, we will take our break, and we'll be back in just a bit for the final hour of Roleplay Bleeds.